Oh, well, good afternoon, Facebook. I don't know why the hell I keep saying Facebook. Um, it's YouTube. YouTube. So to all of you people that watch Uber and Lyft videos via YouTube, trying to improve your driving skills in terms of doing Uber and Lyft properly. I say bless you. Glad you're here. Right now I'm sitting in, you can see over there, the Winfield Library. And just take a look. I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn on the, yeah, there you go. That's the parking lot. A lot of, basically the snow is melting, and it's been raining today here in Winfield, Wheaton, Chicago, Illinois. It's been raining today. And then we got the snow that's melted. So that's why the parking lot is half full of water because of snow melting and the rain. We got about 12 inches of snow here last week. So yeah. Anyway, I wanted to make this video number 2. Video number 2. And in video number 1, I kind of introduced myself as, jokingly, the Reverend Bishop Dr. Rideshare. And in that video, I shared a song with you by Reverend Calvin Bernard Rome, Living Me Jesus. I kind of shared that song with you in the middle of the video, after which I gave you 3 things that's required to be a successful Uber driver. You remember what those 3 things were? Well, I'll remind you. Let me put my video. Let me put my video camera here. Set it up properly so I can use both of my hands to talk to you all. So, like I was saying, you remember the 3 things I said is required, I believe, to be a successful and joyful Uber and Lyft driver. I said, number 1, after I shared that song with you, Living Me Jesus, Have Your Way in Me. Then I went on to tell you that number 1, you need to love and enjoy serving people. When you are an Uber and Lyft driver, you got to understand that primarily your job is to work with people. Now, I've had Uber and Lyft drivers get in my car because they needed a ride because for whatever reason, engine problem, alternator gone out, whatever, they couldn't drive that particular day because their car wasn't working. So they needed a ride from me that particular day to get around. And so I've had Uber and Lyft drivers in my car tell me that they prefer Uber Eats, and we'll talk about Uber Eats soon. But they prefer Uber Eats over actually driving people around because people get on their nerves, and they prefer Uber Eats. Really? You know what you might want to consider then, if you want to make money in your car and you got a car that qualifies, might I suggest to you doing Amazon Prime? Amazon Prime. The reason why you should consider Amazon Prime, especially if you got a vehicle like what I got, like I said, I told you before, I drive a Honda CRV. You know, it's a little compact SUV that's pretty decent on gas, and it's got the space for suitcases and whatnot for people going from and to the airport. But with if you drive for Amazon Prime, then all you got to deal with is packages. So instead of doing Uber and Lyft, go online, look up, I think it's called Amazon Prime, where you can drive up and sign up to be an Amazon Prime driver. And then instead of driving people around, you can sign up to deliver packages to people's front door for Amazon Prime. And you ain't got to deal with people, you know, in your car. Maybe that's what you ought to be doing. So I said, number one, you need to be successful with Uber and Lyft and to have a joyful experience as a driver and to provide your riders with a joyful experience and to get some good ratings. You need to be the type of person that likes working with people and serving people. Number two, you need to know how to drive and handle a car. Okay? When I say handle a car, I'm not just talking about you know how to get in it, start it up, hit the brake and the accelerator, and drive around town. I mean, you need to know how to handle a car. You know what I'm saying? You need to know how to check your oil. You know, you need to know how to check your brake pads. You need to know how to drive around, like in this area here in Chicago. You might have to, you need to know how to dodge a few potholes. You need to know how to keep your eyes on the road and avoid unnecessary, automobile repairs because you hit a manhole cover or a pothole too damn hard. See what I'm saying? You need to know how to handle a car, know how to drive a car, know how to back it up, drive it forward, go around potholes, you know, keep your eyes on the road, understand road conditions before you run into them. You know, stuff like that. And then number three, I told you that you need a dependable, reliable, fuel efficient vehicle. You know, don't get out there in no crap. All right. People that know me know that there are certain cars I'm a fan of and certain cars I'm not a fan of. Okay. I mean, I'm a fan of Honda, for example. I'm a fan of Toyota. And if you want to go domestic, I'm a fan of certain Ford vehicles. I ain't too crazy about Chryslers. I'm just not. I'm not a fan, and excuse me if I get a little passionate here. I'm not a fan of Chryslers. Dodge, Plymouth, Chrysler. And outside of driving off-road, I ain't a big fan of Jeep either. I know some of y'all might love Jeep and whatnot. When it comes to dependability, reliability, a vehicle you can depend on, I ain't crazy about nothing Chrysler. I ain't crazy about nothing Jeep. Excuse me, sometime the phone will ring. People trying to call me to sell me stuff. I ain't having it. I don't answer the phone. Folks, strange numbers, I don't answer the phone. Okay, so I don't know, you don't call me, I'm not answering. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you depending on who you is. Okay? Now, so yeah, I'm not a fan of Chryslers. I'm not a fan of Jeeps. And lately, I ain't been too fond of Chevy either. I just ain't. Now, I saw a commercial the other last night while I was watching King of Queens. Some commercial talking about, guess what the #1 vehicle for reliability is? And they put Chevy up there. Ha! Really? Chevy? Whoo! Don't get me started. GMC, Chevy. Y'all need to do better. I'm just gonna tell you, y'all need to do better with some of your cars. Some of these cars y'all done made, I'm just gonna be straight up with you. You need your ass whooped with some of these cars you've all manufactured. Y'all GMC, Dodge, Chevy. All right? I had to pay $3,500 earlier last year, okay, to get my son, the engine in my son's Chevy Malibu replaced. He needed a new engine. I wrote a check for $3,500 to replace the engine that only had 102,000 miles on it. And my son takes care of his car. He gets the oils changed regularly, all that stuff. And yet, I had to shell out $3,500 to replace an engine in his car. Yeah. Only had 102,000 miles on it. And don't even get me started on that GMC Envoy. I don't want to talk about it. I want to get my blood pressure up talking about GMC. But my son in this same Malibu, only I had to replace the engine in it. We got to take the side fender off to replace a light bulb. To replace a headlight bulb, we had to take a third of the car loose to change a light bulb. Now, Chevy, y'all need y'all's ass whooped for that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to holler. I don't mean to holler. Okay, I don't mean to holler. But I'm going to tell you something. I told you in the other video, I've been preaching for 30 years. Been a minister. With that said, I'm one of them preachers and ministers that do cuss. It just helped me feel better. I teach and explain why it's a good idea to use a little foul language every once in a while. Some of y'all just too damn holy and you think it's a bad thing to be a so-called saint or somebody in church and you cuss. Like right here. I also look at this here. Look at that there. That's Milwaukee's Best Ice. And I'm not driving. Some of y'all gonna be talking about, ooh, you drink and drive. No, I'm parked in the car. The car ain't moving. Car ain't moving. Just having a little drink. So don't get on my case because I use a little foul language. And supposed to be a preacher. I hear some of y'all. My daddy used to tell me that. You supposed to be a preacher. Yes. And I use a little foul language and drink. I don't get drunk. I don't believe in getting drunk. But, the Bible told Paul, drink a little wine for thy stomach's sake. So I be having to settle my stomach. Okay. And settle my mind a little bit too. But anyway, if you're gonna do Uber and Lyft, let me bring it back around now. You're gonna do Uber and Lyft. Have the right car. Get you a Honda. Get you a Toyota. Get you a Nissan. If you are patriotic and you believe in supporting America, get you a Ford. Fords have decent products, okay? But get you a good car. All right. So I just wanted to kind of reiterate some of those things from the last video. Now, here's what I didn't explain in the last video, and I want to kind of explain it, why I played that song, Live in Me, Jesus. Have your way in me. That's important. And yes, as I put up more videos, I'm going to get into the nuts and the bolts of doing Uber and Lyft, navigating the app and all that kind of stuff, and navigating these streets and all that. I'm going to get into all that. But I believe it's important, based on the experience I've had, that I kind of talk to you about the spiritual aspect of doing Uber and Lyft. Before we even get into the nuts and bolts of doing Uber and Lyft, we need to get into the spiritual and emotional aspect of doing Uber and Lyft. This is very important. So that's why I played the video, Live in Me, Jesus. See, because when you got Jesus in you, when you got Jesus, aka Yeshua, in you, and you're serving people with an attitude of love and service, you know what I'm saying? When you love God's people, and some of y'all ain't gonna agree with what I'm about to say, but I'm finna say it. All people are God's people. All of them. If you are born on this planet, you are God's people. Doesn't matter whether you call yourself a Christian, a Baptist, a Catholic, a Muslim, a Jehovah's Witness, whether you are Muslim or Buddhist. Everybody on this planet, born on this planet without exception, whether you go to church or not, whether you are atheist or whatever, if you're born on this planet and you got a birth certificate, you are God's child. Whether you act like it or not, whether you know it or not, you are a child of God. And if you are driving Uber and Lyft and people is getting in and out of your car, you need to understand that you are driving around a child of God. And you need to treat them like that. You need to love people. Yeah. So you need to have a Christ consciousness working in your heart, in your mind, before you turn on the Uber or Lyft app. Yeah. That's some bullshit. You so-called bishop, preacher, doctor, whatever you call yourself. That's some bullshit. All right, you believe that if you want to. Okay? But I'm telling you, if you want to have a positive experience as a Uber and Lyft driver, before you turn on the app, before you turn on more YouTube videos, and you want to know how to navigate through Waze app, through Google Maps and you want to learn how to navigate in the app, before you do all the nuts and bolts, know that you should have a heart for people and have the right attitude for the people that get in and out of this car, your car. So have a Christ conscious attitude toward these folks, because that's going to do something else. Remember, if you remember, also in the last video, I touched on a little bit of law of attraction. Law of attraction. In other words, like attracts like. If you are a person of drama, you're going to attract drama. If you are a person of hatred and complaining, you're going to attract folks that are hateful and complain. If you are the kind of person that every time you look around, something negative going on in your life, guess who gonna be getting in and out of your car doing Uber and Lyft? Yep, folk, that's all about drama. Yeah. Hey, I've watched it happen. I've seen it happen. So, if you want to have pleasant experiences as a Uber and Lyft driver, it starts with the auric field around your body. You know, I was talking about Jesus and Yeshua. You see pictures of Jesus and Yeshua, and he got that halo around his head. That halo is an auric field that surrounds everybody and everything. And you attract circumstances and people into your life based on the energy that field puts out. So you need to think about that shit when you getting in your car, turning on this app. What kind of energy are you putting out? What kind of auric field surrounds you? Because that's going to determine the folks getting in and out of your car. It's going to attract some interesting experiences or pleasant experiences during your Uber and Lyft driving day. So that's all I got for you today. I'm gonna turn this off now, and as I think of some other things y'all need to know, I'm gonna be sharing it with you, because I want y'all to have the same experiences I'm having out here. And because my experiences is good. I love doing this stuff. The people love me. I love them. And I'm making money. I'm getting tips and whatnot. It's all good. So I'm loving it. Like, McDonald's said, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I want y'all to love it too. So this is the Reverend Bishop Dr. Gardner signing off until next time. Bless you.